Hi. So I wanted to do a Christmas reading and just kind of forget about the weekend readings that I did because I was in such a bad mood, and I'm in a much better mood for some reason now. And um, I just thought, it'd be good if you find this video instead of those videos. So um, I just thought, we'd pull some cards because less like predictive, more just sort of for the nuances that some of the overlaps bring. I think it's interesting to see what we can learn about Christmas, and I don't know. Hopefully, no more predictions of my death. And I don't know what that was about, and it was so weird what happened to me. Just completely blacked out. I mean, I was totally sober. I'm just out here in my like little tent, having just made those videos, and went inside and felt dizzy, and all of a sudden, I was shaking, and I couldn't even close the door behind me, like lock the door behind me. And I don't know what happened after that. And then I just was sitting on my floor. So weird. I get that like buzzing sound, and just sort of like a complete blackout. I don't know, just out of nowhere. So I wouldn't even know how to really describe it, but it was the same thing that happened to me in my apartment in Brooklyn when I just felt dizzy and I went to the kitchen to get some water and just like struck down in a way. Like you just kind of, and then you wake up on the floor. Just like, anyways, I don't know. Weird. Weird, especially that it predicted a death and my death, and at the same time at 10 o'clock, the Wheel of Fortune has been coming up so much. So, Ace of Pentacles and the Chariot. That's where it split. So let's see, what can we learn about Christmas? What sorts of nuances that the cards want to tell us? The highest and greatest good of all. No. Anything? Or did I just pull enough cards this past weekend reading that the cards are exhausted? Probably exhausted them. Okay, here's one. Oh no, the Ten of Swords, which can mean a death or an ending of some sort. Crystallized thinking. I don't know how that works in with Christmas. Three of Swords. Not great cards yet. Come on. Too many cards. Too many cards. It's testing my patience. So I might be in a better mood, but I still don't have patience. So, the Sun. The Three of Cups. Celebration. Princess of Wands. Which I guess is kind of like the Prince of Wands, Knight of Wands. Sagittarius, and interference, 8 of Swords. Maybe something's interfering with you or something that doesn't really make sense. The Empress is on the bottom. Maybe like stuck in your head a little bit. I'm not really trying to predict anything. I want more like nuances. I don't want like the 8 of Pentacles. Sun in Virgo. Okay, done with that deck. Maybe I just shouldn't do readings because they've just been frustrating me lately. My sun sets to rise again. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. End of the Day, detailed by George Faulkner Weatherby, late 19th century, private collection. We did get the sun. My sun sets to rise again. I did say I'd rise up yesterday. That Katy Perry song. The Empress, which is on the bottom of the Thoth deck. Only passions, great passions, can elevate the soul to great things. Dennis Diderot. St. Catherine of Alexandria by Raphael, 1508, National Gallery, London, UK. The Empress, 4 Swords. I don't know, I'm not seeing the connections, so maybe you are. Seven of Swords and 5 of Cups. One must have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. So having a little chaos in yourself, being a little crazy, it's okay. Friedrich Nietzsche, Road with Cypresses by Vincent van Gogh, 1890. Something, Otterlo, Netherlands. Better by far, you should forget and smile, and you should remember and be sad. Christina Rossetti, we got that yesterday. 5 of Cups. So it's like not, crying over spilled milk and just turning around and seeing what you have left to work with. The Moon. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams, live the life you've imagined. Well, we're all trying, aren't we? These cards are just kind of making me annoyed. Henry David Thoreau, Sleeping Gypsy. The Moon, 7 of Swords, maybe someone lying, maybe there's some deception. I don't know how that works in for Christmas whatsoever. Knight of Pentacles. The secret of success is constancy of purpose. Knight of Pentacles always reminds me of Danny. Benjamin Disraeli, Madame Miriam, whatever, not like that painting, but just the Knight of Pentacles in general. Seven of Wands. I got the 7 of Swords and 7 of Wands. Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but playing a poor hand well. Well, we do our best, can't we? Robert Louis Stevenson, The Card Players by Paul Cézanne, 1893 to 96. We say to Orsay, Paris, France. 10 of Wands is on the bottom. 10 of Swords. I don't know if any of these cards are like making some sort of sense to you, but the Tower again. I got the Tower before, and the High Priestess here is where it split. What does not destroy me makes me stronger. Frederick Nietzsche. Dreadful Parachute Drop by Viola Spencer. From Le Petit Journal, unknown French artist. Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. Sorry, I'm really thirsty. From this deck, I was really hoping for some like cool overlaps to happen because that's what I find more interesting than trying to predict the future. Temperance, Sagittarius. So finding balance, being a balanced person. Or your guardian angel is nearby, maybe. A magician on the bottom there, I don't know. It's hot. Come on. The Hermit, the Moon again. The Five of Wands. Hermit is Virgo. The Moon, Pisces. And the Five of Wands, Sun and Leo, which is what we got for, I believe, Monday this past week. So, I don't know. Maybe it's like chaos, like it said. One must have chaos in oneself to give birth to a dancing star. Some stupid metaphor like that. I'm just pulling cards. You can look up the meanings if you want. Maybe you're just here for the nuances as well. And Sword Princess. I hate people cards. It just is like, it means absolutely nothing to me. Unless it's like the Knight of Pentacles or Knight of Wands. Nine of Swords, Venus and Gemini. That's our card for Sunday. Finally, got a card that overlaps. Judgment. Wake up call. And the Fool's on the bottom. Spirit being everywhere and just air. Maybe you're being foolish. Who knows? Maybe you're starting out on something. Okay, I have like way too many cards here, so none of them really make sense together for me. I'm like, I'm not seeing the connections. That's kind of frustrating, but sometimes we have really good readings and the cards just overlap and it's really interesting to me. That's what I like. The Tower here popped out and the Scythe. The Tower in this deck represents large institutions and things like that, less so of a disruption. And the birds on the bottom, communication, endurance. The Scythe is 10 and the Tower is 18? 19? Roman numerals. Scythe card is negative. I mean, we have gotten a lot of negative cards though too. I mean, Seven of Swords, Deception. Can't even find them here. The Tower. Seven of Wands is fending off an attack. Like, these aren't good cards, actually. Besides the Empress. Maybe get the Sun. That helps. Key words: accidents, aggression, cruelty, cutting, danger, sharp, cutting, hostile, harvest, pain, sudden, separation, toothache. For me, once again, part of the Sinister Seven appears the Scythe. We did get the Seven of Swords. Card of warning and danger, as with the Clouds card. You need to pay attention to the orientation of the scythe and notice which way is cutting. Different decks will have different facing directions. Here, the direction of what is getting cut is to the right, as with the Clouds cards above the situation mean that things are not as dire, but caution is needed. Cards positioned under the situation means danger is past. Well, I didn't pull more than one card except for the Tower, and they both fell out together, so... In love, relationship may be coming to an end. Oh, fingers crossed, Danny and Blah's relationship's coming to an end. Career, danger of layoffs, pay cut, loss of joy or security. Characteristics, qualities, an aggressive, sometimes abrasive person. Timing, fall, October. Image origins, the artwork for the Scythe card eluded me for many months. Didn't she draw it? So why should it elude her? Like several of the Sinister Seven, they were not easy images to come across in the Pixies' art. The handle of the Scythe is made up from the wands from the Eight of Wands, bringing in... I'm just bored by these cards. Swift action of that card. The blade is made up of swords from the Nine of Swords, which is what we have for Sunday. A situation of great loss. It doesn't always mean that. It means read between the lines, and it means being up all night with your thoughts. The field from the Knight of Pentacles has been planted full of the Empress's wheat. So the Knight of Pentacles, which we got, I think, and the Empress we got. So something's coming to an end with the Ten of Swords and... Why do they have to make this book the smallest book in the fucking world? The Tower, 19. Card energy is positive. Keywords, ambition, arrogance, authority. Borders, bureaucracy. Corporation, confinement, conglomeration, dogma, ego, franchise, government, guidance, rules, high self-esteem, higher education, imprisonment, isolation, law, limitations, loneliness, official protection, school separation. Well, loneliness applies to me. So does isolation, limitations, higher education. Ambition. I don't know. What applies to you? Full meaning. A card of stalwart institutions and structure. Here are the great buildings of our lives, such as hospitals, libraries, courthouses, schools, museums, etc. The tower represents places, large structures, and expansive networks of people, things to do with the government or military, signified as well. It's things to do with justice and higher education. The card to the right, blah, blah, blah. In love, this is a serious and powerful relationship with a firm foundation. Well, you're either breaking up or you have a firm foundation, so go either way. Career, a high-ranking position. Working environment allows you to advance. Well, wouldn't that be nice? Timing, 19 days or weeks. Image origins. The wall and the tower here are taken from the Ten of Pentacles card. The tower is topped off the turret browed from the Four of Wands. None of these cards summed up anything, so I don't feel like this reading is really working out, but the Empress card, which just means creativity and just, like, I don't know, it's not really, none of these cards seem to have anything to do with Christmas. Sorry. It's supposed to be a better reading than this, but you get what you get. Just like the players. Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but of playing a poor hand well. But you get whatever cards you get, so. Okay. Maybe I'll do another reading later if I get bored because there's nothing to do today. Besides open presents and eat. So, I've done both of those things already. I'm pretty bored. And I'm not going to paint today, but I don't know. Just watch movies or something. I don't know. What do people do when they're just sitting around the house? It's just very boring. So, maybe I'll be inspired to do another reading with some new decks or something like that that I haven't used in a while, because kind of getting annoyed with some of these cards that keep popping out and they're just the same cards over and over again to read, and kind of gets boring for me. I don't know if you're here all the time, if you see all the same cards or not, but I gotta keep myself entertained somehow. So yeah, maybe I'll do another reading later, and maybe that one will sum up Christmas and less so about corporations and stealing, and I don't know. Um, None of the cards really added up to anything that made much sense to me, but maybe something stood out to you, or this is just something to do like it is for me. So, all right. Hope you're having a great day. Bye.